If you haven't already, please take yourself over to www.patreon.com/slyguypodcast for exclusive content, including extra podcasts, video footage, other bits and bobs, and of course the jewel in the crown, the guest podcast, which is released every Friday. Now, if you aren't a patron, I would recommend you become a patron ASAP, because we have some episodes coming up in the next couple of weeks. We have some guests in. I don't want to tell you exactly who the guests are, but if you're not a patron, you're missing out big time. This is going to be great. So you haven't already, take yourselves to patreon.com/slyguypodcast and don't be missing out on the gold. Guys, I'm back in the Ulster Hall on Saturday the 10th of September 2022 with my brand new hour, Bits and Pieces. This is going to be the second time I've done the Ulster Hall and I cannot wait. The last time was my favourite ever gig. This time it's going to be better again. It's going to be on a Saturday night. It's going to be a hell of a time. Tickets are on sale now. The link is in the description. Guys, get on it before all the good tickets are gone. I'm at Pug Uglies Comedy Club this Thursday, so if you're listening to this podcast on a Thursday, great, get yourself down to Pug's Comedy Club. It's a great lineup. It's myself as host, Diona Docherty's doing a spot, Rory Woods is headlining. Do not miss out on it this Thursday, the 26th, the 26th, there you go, 26th of May. Pug's Comedy Club, myself, Diona Docherty, Rory Woods, get on it. If you haven't already checked out our Channel 4 BLAP William of Orangedale, it is available now to view on all four or on YouTube. The link to the YouTube video is in the description of this video. Any positive comments or shares or likes is greatly appreciated. We would love to do more of this, and again, it's in the hands of Channel 4 now, so if you guys like it and you want to see more, like, share, spread the word, and thanks to all the support we've had so far. It's really been amazing, and it's meant the world. You know, it's meant the world. It's been a lot of fun, so thank you guys. The Sly Guy podcast is brought to you in association with Northern Ireland Takeaway Awards 2022's Best Burger. That's right, Phat Bastrd Burger. Check them out at phatbastrdburger.com. This is the place to be in the city of North Down, the city of Bangor in North Down, the city that never sleeps. Bangor, my home city. I'm delighted it's a city. I'm delighted it's here. Guys, please check out Phat Bastrd Burger. It's the #1 burger in the country for the #1 podcaster in the country, in my own opinion. So, I mean, anyone else can argue that, but I can fuck. If you want a Phat Bastrd Burger, you want a cheesy Phat Bastrd Burger, you want a porky Phat Bastrd Burger, you're crazy for cock, go to Phat Bastrd Burger, get yourself sorted. Check them out on Facebook at BASTRD Burger, which is Bastard Burger, or on Instagram or TikTok at Phat Bastrd Burger. And remember, there's only one A in Bastard. That's the first A. Check them out. The one, also the sister company, Bebe Adrianos Mexicanos. Baby Adrianos Mexicanos. I said that wrong, but they won the Northern Ireland's best Mexican takeaway as well. So, I mean, they're award winning. Travel down, check it out, say Davey sent you, will not regret it. The Sly Guy podcast is also brought to you in association with Modest Beer. Modest started off here in Hollywood as a small independent brewery, making small batch beers for discerning drinkers. Over the years, they've made more beers, they've expanded, they've moved, they've got Pilsners, they've got IPAs, they've got Stouts, you name it, Modest will hook you up with it. Alright, they've expanded, they're going places, and you want to be part of the hype train? Get on it, because hype is real, Modest is ale. Check them out at www.modest.co.uk or on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter at the handle at Modest Beer. Guys, in all my excitement, I forgot to read out that we are doing another live podcast in Strand Arts Centre on Friday the 24th of June. There'll be a live podcast, stand-up, silliness, it's bring your own. It'll be me, Ciaran Bartlett, Micky Bartlett. Get it in the diary, get your tickets, don't miss out. I'm the Sly Guy. Listen guys, just a little bit of a heads up at the start of the podcast. This week's episode is not a solo episode. It is an episode that I'm doing with my friend William Thompson. Now, this was a really good time. You know, we've done plenty of episodes together before, whether it be on other podcasts, on Patreon, wherever. We've done it together. Today was a little bit different. You know, this episode, definitely there were highs, there were some lows. We end up getting a little bit serious at some point, you know, talking about mental health, depression, other things like that. So if you're expecting to have a totally lighthearted laugh, maybe just beware. There's some serious topics touched, but ultimately, you know, I believe it's worth having a conversation. You know, I believe if anyone else can take anything from it, fair play. You know, if we can obviously make light of things and try to help people, that's what we're there to do. So hopefully, you know, you enjoy the episode. If you are having any struggles or any difficulties, by all means, you know, share it with somebody, tell your friends, tell your family. You know, a problem shared is a problem halved. So just at the top of the episode, don't be expecting to be buzzing the whole way through. Now, I should have been buzzing for the whole episode, because my great town of Bangor has become a city. And we are, you know, soon ready to mobilise, and we're going to start invading other places. So just definitely, I mean, we'll not invade ours because we don't have to be part of our city. But you know what I mean? It's a proud week. Bangor is a city. Hopefully there'll be some regeneration. You know, it's a good time for Bangor, and I'm proud. But this episode's a little bit of a guest episode. It's a bit different. We'll talk about Bangor in the Patreon episode this week. But, you know, guys, enjoy the podcast. Thanks for your support. Peace. Billy, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
David?
Just making sure now, for anyone of the people on the Patreon who have seen your couple of episodes, got a lot of shit about the last time you were on because your face was covered by the mic the whole time. So it's actually my fault, probably.
Yeah, so shut
but
up.
Just, yeah, don't worry about it. So it's fine now. We're sorted. Welcome. How's the form? You're hungover?
Yeah, very.
What were you doing?
Partying.
Drinking.
You know what I mean?
What
Partying
were you
like
drinking?
It's 1999.
And what age were you in 1999?
3.
There you go. So, I mean, good. I mean, depends who you're partying with. If it's Prince Andrew, it could be a good time.
James
Savile. There you go. Podcast lowest listens ever. I'm just wiping. You know what? This.
What are you? Is that me?
No.
Are you wiping me?
No.
You're wiping me.
No,
off the
it's.
desk?
I'm not going to even say. I'll tell you after what it might be. Sperm. Just lots of sperm. And I wish it was Coke, by the way. Shout out to Edge Coffee in Hollywood for supplying the old
on this day,
coffee today. What do you think of it?
I have coffee. It's lovely. Everything has come to life.
It is delicious. How's the form anyway? But
I'm all good, man.
bro.
I'm
all good, bro.
I'm pretty. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
You know what? This is the annoying
thing. We've been working hard.
The last time I did a podcast with you was on Tea With Me, wasn't it? And
yes.
we called you the Mole, which is stuck as a nickname now.
Because I was also hungover then too. You fuck.
But credit where it's due. You came in today to record. Now, just off the bat, Willy and I, Billy, whatever you want to call him, the Mole, we're doing a podcast together. We did a wee pilot of that today. Can't really say what it is or when it'll be out.
David William Thompson, Kissing on the Lips.
Kissing on the Lips, featuring James Savile. Yeah. But it we recorded that today, and you came in looking fresh. Like when you came in to do the Tea With Me podcast, and your eyes were literally 5p size, and I don't know why your cheeks were so full, but they were.
I hadn't been eating well, I hadn't been drinking well.
You looked like you died and you'd been floated down a river and someone had just fished you out of a river.
Fuck you.
You were as bloated as you've ever been. I thought you looked terrible. Today, slick as fuck. You look great. The hair's looking good. You got a nice fade on there. Like your hair's not quite the Kim Jong-un yet, so it's looking sweet, but it's a good look. You look well.
I was actually I was getting my hair done by the Turks and
the Shukri brothers.
Yeah, they did my hair now. But he was parting my hair and I started to see a wee bald spot.
Hey mate,
first one.
Welcome to my world. Whereabouts is it?
I don't know. Can you see it there?
No, you can't. You can't really.
So it might have just been the way he was parting my hair.
It could be the lights too in the barbers.
It was. Yeah, it was just like right behind.
Let me ask you a question. Here's the thing. Like I get a lot of people being like, you should shave your head. People don't realise.
I'm 5 of those people.
People don't realise. Yeah. People don't realise. I wanted to shave my head before I got married. People don't realise this. And my wife, at the time, Catherine, went and keep it for the photos. Mm-hmm. And I went, you know what? I'm keeping it until its last breath. I'm going to be like Hulk Hogan now. I'm going to let it all fall out. I'm going to grow the sides, and I'm going to have the long back and sides, the spider.
Would you not go to Turkey? Do you know what I mean? We get a series? You're not going
no, well, because, I mean, if we get a series, I would go to Turkey and I'd probably get my teeth done. Yeah. First, I'll get on my teeth, but I wouldn't go to Turkey because I've heard people in Turkey don't always necessarily get the most reliable work done. Yeah. I've heard of people having hair transplants being rejected and being left with this just big scar, hairline scar in the front of their head. So I just, you know what, this is why I look at it. Like, it's probably different for a man at your stage of life.
Yeah.
You know, you're a young single guy, you're out and about, you know, you're on the pool. Those good old days, you like to look sweet, you like to lure the women in, you like to get a bit of a kiss.
Good old days, I'm so
you know, whereas now, yeah, listen, so am I, in a different way. Yeah. But now that I'm married and have kids and all, my peacocking days are done, so I just need to ideally be healthy. That's
your hand
that's
cocking it now.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, it's cocked and ready to go at all times if you give me like 4 weeks notice. noticed.
Locked, cocked and loaded.
But my point being,
Locked,
you know,
cocked, 2 smoking barrels.
there's no smoking barrels on me. It's just locked cock. My
Lock-
cock is
locked
locked.
cock.
My cock is locked. And it's the end of it. But yeah, my hair's falling out, and I'm just happy with it. I'm happy to just be. This is who I am. I'm settled in life, and it
Yeah.
is. And
Yeah.
I think, to be fair, I'll probably go for the Tom Segura look soon, just to shave one all
Can
over.
I shave it?
No, because you would do something fucking trying to be funny, and you'd nick my head, and then I'd be all sore, and then I'd be like, oh, fuck it, well, it's not good, like.
I would.
I know,
I
it'd be
would like
so
shave
funny.
my name into it or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd do that and get the eyebrows and all done. Just be.
I'd shave your entire eyebrows. I'd shave every bit of hair off your face and the Kremlin, baby.
the Kremlin baby.
You just look
yeah.
like the Kremlin.
I'd also look like Luther, you know, that wrestler off of AEW. Is it Chris Jericho's favourite guy?
Dr. Luther.
Dr. Luther. I mean, why he wrestle?
I don't know. That was the time when AW was just starting too.
Yeah.
And Jericho was like, oh, I have a mate. Can they work here?
And I like that from Jericho, but also don't be.
Not from Tony Khan.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
So more importantly, what did you think of our wee secret? In fact, we'll talk about all the projects we've done together. How about that?
Yeah.
First off, we'll talk about our little secret podcast project.
Yeah.
How do you think that went?
Kiss on the lips.
How do you think William and Dave Kissing the Lips went?
Went well for the beginning of that.
Yeah, and are you excited about it? Is it something you'll look forward to doing?
Yeah. I feel it's something that could get, not a massive fan base, but a dedicated fan base.
Yeah, because ultimately it's two guys kissing on the lips
and
every
that,
week.
that I feel people will tune in for that.
Yeah, very bespoke kind of audience, but I'm
And
open
then
to
our
all.
Patreon content will touch dicks.
Yes, and then it'll just be touching dicks every from different directions, with different sides, underbelly, top belly, nub to nub.
Yeah,
work it out.
We're talking tip on bulb.
Balls on balls.
Balls.
I mean, there's a YouTube channel.
Balls on balls.
What about it? There's a new Patreon idea. Balls on bald. So you just pick bald guys and you go and put your balls in their head and just make videos of
Can you
it.
shave your head and we can do that?
Yeah, but listen, who's bald that we know now? We can just drop our balls on.
Get it?
He's always got a hat on though, doesn't he?
He's got to be weird about it too.
Yeah, he'd be like, what are you doing?
He'd be like, oh, we can get out of my house.
You know what Geddes should do actually? Just now that I'm just looking here and seeing, I'd like to see him wear a trilby instead of a big cap.
Look like a butcher.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just sport that look for a while.
Street.
Oh, Fred Elliott. Yeah, Get Elliott.
Fred Elliott, your dad?
Oh yeah, that's my uncle.
Get it.
Yeah, there you go, Get Elliott. There's a character we all want to see.
Get West.
I mean, what's it different? But I mean, we could all end up there, one day.
Well, in tuna.
Just killing our families,
Oh, it's John West now, man.
Yeah. I know you just made
That's
like
what I was thinking
a
of.
nice innocent joke. Oh, Fred West, tuna. No,
That's what I was thinking of.
no. Fred West is not a tuna guy. He is let's just say he is a patio excavator.
Yeah.
He is a man. He's a garden expert.
He's great in time team.
He is a good in time team. Yeah, very exciting episode.
Here's one I made earlier.
Yeah, he's a bit of a fucked up guy. Really.
Looks a bit like me too. If I grew my hair.
No, he looks like, who does he look like? He looks like Ryan Cullen with an afro.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen Ryan Cullen in years.
Yeah, but Ryan Cullen's now also bald, so he should maybe just buy an afro wig and just go on.
Sad to man, is that it? Getting older, just seeing your mates get stinking.
Yeah, but you know what the annoying thing is about getting older? You learn things that if you knew when you were younger, you'd be like, why the fuck didn't I know that? For example, how to properly use electric toothbrushes. If I didn't know
I
that...
use them very differently, I imagine.
Yeah, because you put a rubber end on them and use them for something totally plugged into the mains. Oh, yeah. But
More power!
But I went to... I had a dentist, right, who... Don't get me wrong. Such a sound dude. Real nice to me for... Took a lot of my teeth out for no real reason, but nice guy.
What, kicked your fuck in, or?
Yeah, you just would have been like, oh, I'll give you a filling here, and be like, didn't need it. And he's like, fucking sweet, don't worry about it. And he'd stick these fillings in, and obviously when you're putting fillings in young guys' teeth, probably not the best option. And then I used to play rugby without wearing a gum shield because I'm hard
Hard as
bastard.
fuck, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you have your teeth, I guess you run into people. I cracked a couple of teeth, and
that's almost why we wear the gum shield.
Exactly. But then I gagged. People would be surprised to know I have gag reflex. So when I put something in my mouth, so yeah. I mean, it's weird that it only happens to gum shields and all dogs. But I mean, I said that very someone that would work.
Like there's a cock across the room and you don't want to let him know we're talking about him.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I sounded like an administrator that would work for the civil service. Oh, conks. You never believe it, Chance.
So where are you going? The civil service, the cock department.
The other day, Chance, you'll never believe it. I met a guy and he had a big conk, and he's just
seen coming.
You're like, I'm just here to get the bins taken out.
And
What
he's
are you
like,
talking about?
oh, I'll take your bins out.
And then suck your cock.
Your cock.
Your cock.
Yeah, someone's too embarrassed to actually say cock out loud. So I met this guy. He was fisting me. He was rimming me. He's having time of his life. But then I sucked his cock. You know, they say everything else, but don't say the one word. You know, they're fucking stinking dirty bastards. Cock.
I looked like I was them white chicks by the end of it. He was
Yeah.
spitting on me. He called me a dirty, slutty bitch. And then I touched his cock.
And then after all, he called me such a cunt. And then he just grabbed my cock. I just think it's a bitchy administrator. I don't know why I said in the civil service. Now, what's funny, there'll be some guy who works for the civil service. Someone will message me and be like, I actually work with that guy. It's called
His
James.
cock you're talking about?
And are you talking about his cock? I'd be like,
There's a girl I know talks like that.
And does she talk a lot of loud about cocks?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her name? So, what's her full name? Where does she live? And does she work for the civil
We'll bring her
service?
in for a Patreon episode.
Absolutely. Listen, the
Do we make
Patreon.
podcast?
The Patreon episodes are going a little bit crazy in the next couple of while. I have
Really?
I have some wild guests on. It's
Can
gonna be
you
a good
say?
time. No.
Can I say? Because I know who it is.
No, you can't say, but will you watch that one? I'll say
The
link.
Undertaker.
Yeah. This week, player, you're going 1-on-1 with the Undertaker. Yeah.
Why are you Quincy Jones?
I don't know. Because I'm so mesmerised by cock. So,
That's Quincy Jones' cock.
cock. Hi, Quincy Jones here, and I love cock.
Me and Michael Jackson were working on Thriller, and I was stuck in cock.
What's funny is that he's talking about that voice is still not as camp as Michael's. And then on the other day, Quincy came up to me and Quincy said, Michael, I need to suck your cock.
How old are you?
I'm 45. I know, but apparently this is a conspiracy theory that I heard that Michael has a normal, like what you would imagine. No, like his cock just looks like it's just been sewed on. It's the big black patchwork cock and his big white.
Why do you sound like you're
goose
from Whitehead
ball.
today?
I don't know. That's what I can't stop getting out of my head. Why am I
You're
speaking
not
in
going
this voice?
stop a cock.
Okay, stop. Imagine you had a problem under your sink. It's just a problem with my stopcock. I don't know what's wrong with my
What's wrong with your sink?
stopcock.
It's blocked.
It's blocked at the stopcock. But Michael apparently doesn't. That voice, he puts it on. So apparently he speaks like what you would imagine a normal African American man would speak like with a deep voice and stuff.
Hey, man.
Yeah, and so like
Michael Jackson.
anyway. This is like a Mexican.
You know I'm Michael Jackson.
I'm Michael Jackson. Do you want to come to my
Stay out
house?
of here,
you say?
gringo.
But like that voice, like
In bed.
the fact that he looks how he looks is less weird than his voice.
I love that. I didn't know he put that on. So it's essentially
Apparently, yeah.
walking about your whole life pretending like you're doing a prank phone call. That's
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, hi, it's Michael Jackson here. And imagine I
Yeah.
just went out in the street and I was like, oh, lovely to meet you, fellas.
I know, but you sound like Mickey Mouse. Oh, hi, everybody.
I can do it. Hi, everybody.
It's me, Mickey Mouse. Welcome to my clubhouse. But like, it's like he would go into the house and then would he be like, hey, Paris, get down here, bitch.
Mickey
He'd be
Mouse?
like- Paris Mouse, just the unknown daughter. Yeah.
You want to be in movies with Mickey, huh?
Why do you sound like Bartlett there?
I know a Mickey Mouse joke.
Oh, let me hear it.
So Mickey Mouse goes to a doctor.
Okay.
And he's saying, oh, did you say you were telling me your girlfriend's crazy?
Huh.
And he goes, I didn't say she was crazy. I said she was fucking goofy.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I
Oh,
like that.
oh,
Oh, I was at my
Yeah,
goof that nearly.
That was not goofy. That was a downtown Abbey Butler. Whoa, this is Mr. Bean.
Like,
Hello, Teddy.
I didn't know you could do a Bean.
I mean, listen, we're finding stuff out about ourselves today we didn't expect. Wow. Oh, wow.
Do the Bean again.
Hello. My name's Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean, what a guy. Like, good news is Bean's been rebooted into a cartoon now. My daughter watches it, so I get to watch more Bean.
That's not reboot. That's old as shit.
Is it?
Yeah,
Well, I remember the original Bean. Like
when I was a
just
kid,
Rowan
that was
Atkinson.
And
Oh,
the
well.
wee tune's like din 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 din
Yep.
din. He lives with the nanny.
Yeah, but Bean was still voiced by Rowan Atkinson, which is pretty cool.
Voiced.
I know. But good old Bean, like, what a show.
That show was out. See, what were your TV shows as a kid? Because we are different generations.
I mean, what sort of age kid? Are we talking teenager or like
Like, say, like 11, 12.
Biker Mice from Mars?
I know that kind of song, but I know it.
They were popular. Thunderbirds when I was like younger. Like wrestling too. That was always one I enjoyed.
Great
Thunderbirds, yeah, great cartoons. Scooby, like there's a lot of stuff. Like Dexter's Laboratory just started.
Was that out when you were a kid?
Like Cartoon Network would have been.
In Dexter's lab.
Yeah, and he's like,
Get out of my laboratory. Sorry, you do yours.
You got to go to Phoebe. You got to come on.
That's terrifying.
I watched it in French.
You're Igor.
Phoebe, c'est le bon. Phoebe, embrassez mon cul, Phoebe. Sacre bleu.
I used to be able to do it. I thought it was like, Didi, get out of my laboratory.
And then why did she just speak normally? And their
she's
brother
like,
and sister.
What's happening?
What the fuck? Yeah, I'm just looking for some. You make some gear in here, Dexter? Did you, bro? And she's like,
Yeah, my
out of
room's
here.
tiny and you've got a fucking lawnmower.
Why do you fucking door room laboratory and all fuck's sake? Hey, fucking have had you eat cunting on. You're younger than me too. Get out of here! Get out of here, mademoiselle!
How did Mr. Bean get in here?
Yeah, oh, hello.
Whoa, there's a lot of people in here.
Well, if you just clip this last 2 minutes, I'm going to put a spoiler at this. At the start of the episode, we'll say, smoke weed before you listen to this episode, because
That's
it's
what
weird.
I did.
It's getting weird. I think you've done more than that. So, mate, what do
Don't
you...
lie to me. That makes sense. That made no sense.
No, don't lie to me. No, fair play to you. Fair play to you, mate. You're having a good... Like, this is a day to get in and do the podcast. A man who is... I don't know whether you're drunk or hungover, but you're something in between.
I'm a little fucked up, and like I've been saying weird
Can I
shit.
ask you a personal question? Are you high or low at the minute? Like, are you feeling good, or are you gonna...
In the middle.
Do you feel like...
I'm slumping down.
Do you feel a troughs in your future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be hitting the bed.
And what's the mood then? See, when you're hungover, what do you have in your diary the rest of the day?
Wank.
Right, okay. Listen, that's fair. Each to their own. Oh no. Do you put it in the frying pan? I always wonder that.
What?
If you cook your sperm, does it go like egg white?
I imagine would it scramble?
Well, there's no yolk in it. But I mean, I always would. I'm sure there's people listening to this
Imagine
podcast.
you
who
had
tried
yolk
it.
in your cum.
I know. Well, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? Cum and eggs. They are kind of just like non-born children. Isn't it? It's gross to say it, but
Yeah, how do chickens hatch, and how do some eggs go for eating? How do they decide?
I don't know, because don't they have to sit on them? But then, like, I have this weird thing in my head about eggs that, like, whenever you get the yolk out, I always scrape whatever the wee bits are in the white with it, because it's like, it looks to me like it's a little chicken feces. Chicken fetus, not chicken feces. Looks like a little chicken fetus, and I don't want to eat that.
Yeah. See what I would do.
Because isn't the yolk the placenta, and then like there's a wee thing attached to it that grows into the chicken?
I don't know. I really don't
I did
know.
single word science, so this could be potentially the most ignorant scientific approach.
I'm honestly
ever.
a pro-life people outside a supermarket.
I know, like, where are the pro-chicken life
Support the
people?
eggs. But what I do with eggs is I like to scramble them, cut a bit of ham up, cut a bit of cheese.
Here,
mix it all
guys,
together,
life hack.
right?
Yeah.
Then throw it in the bin and get a bag of crisps. That's
Nice.
what I like to
You know what? Now you're talking about scrambling eggs, and I'm talking about little fetuses and all. I'm going to have an omelette for my dinner.
do. Don't do that. That's stop it.
Yeah, yum, scoop it in there.
Are you doing the LL Cool J lips at me?
Yeah, baby.
That's no the mad thing. Your lips are so juicy. I don't know how you do that.
They're nice, aren't they?
You have really juicy lips. Like if you were a girl, I might get into you right now.
Nice, there you go. Listen, and if you want to see that, tune into the
Patreon
podcast.
exclusive,
There you
me
go.
fucking Dave.
Yeah, there you have it.
William and Dave kissing lips.
But yeah, I think I might go for an omelette for my lunch. That'd be a nice time. I think it'd be pretty tasty and pretty nice. But then if people know though, if people tell me eggs are just chicken abortions, I might look at them differently.
Chicken abortions.
You know, I think that's what they are.
How's the eating been going? I know you're trying to eat well.
It's been alright. You know, I think the problem me and Catherine had a chat about like.
The problem with you is cocks have so many calories in them.
I just can't, hey, it is what it is. But at least you don't swallow that. You just keep sucking it, and it's fine.
Do you not?
No, I don't. It's each to their own.
You're like
you know.
Nolan with the crisps.
Yeah,
You're
I just
licking
lick
all
them,
the
put them
flavour
in
off
the
them.
bin. Yeah, I know. I just give my mouthful of conk and then just carry on, get all the flavour off.
You've
and
just
so.
a wee bin full of dicks in your house.
It is what it is. Yeah, well, I have that anyway, but that's not for sexual reasons. It's because I'm psycho. But yeah, no, I think the biggest problem I have is that we never plan. So then you get to dinner time and then you're like, oh, I could have this and that. And then you make just nice stuff and it's always like fucking pasta bakes and fucking beef burgers.
Pasta bake's not too bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate, put a whole pack of cheese on it.
Well, that's, don't do that.
I just take a lump of cheese and set it on and incinerate it in. It's like a chicken cave.
I love to see you going, made your pasta bake. It's just a block of cheese.
There you go. Melted cheese, mate. Enjoy it. So
no, really melted.
no, just a block of cheese. There's a pasta bake, mate. Enjoy. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We actually sat and planned what we're gonna have this week. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, that's the hard thing about the job we do. It's hard to plan. It's hard to know where you're.
Yes, it is, and I think that's the problem too. Like sometimes things can change. Like for example, I say to my wife, like I'm out for X amount of time, and then somebody turns up late, and then your whole plans are fucked. The whole day's ruined. No, William, it was you. And then, but it's fine now. We're all
I got a phone call, like the phone call I got from you this morning, being like, you're meant to be at my house for dinner.
Yeah,
20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago. Yeah, it was very passive aggressive. That wasn't it.
Yeah, you were like, we're meant to start 15 minutes ago. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you were like, yeah, just we were meant to start half. That's all.
Yeah, it's all just.
And I was just awake, so I was one of those you could have fully shouted at me. I would have just put the phone down and like.
But I knew you weren't just about to hop in the car. I could tell. He's like, oh no, fuck. I need to go. I know that expression well. Oh no, I'm just about to bounce in the car here.
And honestly, you woke me up with a phone call. Like,
yeah, with the back. Because I texted you and was like, are you going to be about here? And you were like, oh no.
I'd set an alarm too. I just slept right through it.
Yeah, but see that I do get that too, because I think over the weekend there, Catherine was working a lot, so then I'd taken it on myself, because I tried at the minute as best as I can, work as much as I can during the week and try to keep the weekends as free as possible.
Your legs while talking to me.
Sorry, I'm just
under this desk. He's full like.
I'm not wearing any bottoms either, but I try to keep the weekends free to just do stuff with the family. You know, try to like hang out with the kids. Obviously a gig in the evening when the girls are in bed. You know, not like Michael Jackson. I try to hang out with the kids.
I'm just loving the idea of like, I might hang out with my children.
Yes,
like,
hang out with
look
them.
after them.
But Catherine, I totally ballsed up and didn't realise she was working this weekend. So I was like looking forward to like doing some cool family stuff. She's like, oh, I'm working. And I was like, shit. So rather than like just have to keep the girls alive, which is sometimes what you do as a parent, you like, I have no other plans. I said to keep these fucks alive, give them their food, put them for naps, whatever. I was like, I'm going to do something good with them. I'm going to have a fun weekend. So brought the two of them by myself to Explorers, the aquarium, on Saturday.
Oh really? Oh, you told me about this.
It was a lot of fun.
Did
and
you
again,
go to the touch tank?
Pardon? Yeah, no, but I didn't touch them because again, I just don't trust stingrays after what they did to Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
I just think, you know what, I had a lot
of
respect.
For those who don't know, they scammed him out of a lot of money.
Yeah, they did. They got his bank account details and his email account, and they just fucking totally mugged him, and also murdered him by stabbing him through the heart. But I think they're just, I don't trust them as much. Like, see nowadays, like in the wee touch tank, they come up to you with their wee flat faces and all, and their wee smiles, and you're like, "They're cute," and you're like, "But I know you." Like, I never knew they had a barb. You know, I didn't know that they had like a fucking dagger. Yeah. That they could stab you in the heart, what they did to Steve Irwin. So now I'm like, oh, you cheeky wee cunt.
It wasn't the pierce through that killed him, it was the pulling out, like the barb coming out.
And that's why you don't pull out.
Yeah, because you'll kill someone.
Yeah.
But they, what's I am been to Aquinas, not Aquinas.
Aquinas?
taking the kids to Aquinas.
Been to the secondary school in a while. You know,
what's a touch tank like that?
I know, but you're just heading down to touch tank at Aquinas. I'd be like,
we're just going to the teachers. Which one is am I allowed to touch? And they're
you've been hanging around a paddy too long. Did you take your kids down to Aquinas? I'd be like, yeah.
Whereas you'd correct him, he'd go, no, it's definitely Aquinas.
I think he was talking to me about, you know, the fashion brand Balenciaga. I think he called it Balenciaga or something the other day. He was, I see it was fucking Balenciaga shoes. I'm like,
but him and Ciaran and Butler, all three of them suffer from this thing.
West Belfast-itis?
Yep. But they say something wrong, you correct them and they go no, and then they go ask him and they'll get someone else from West Belfast then, and you're like, no, he doesn't count.
But West Belfast is definitely, it's like, you know, in geography you learn about like special wee like ecosystems within the like that's just its own wee place. Like it's a principality, which is ironic because they obviously don't recognise any royalty. Yeah. But they're definitely it's a unique little part of the world. West Belfast for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it's just people saying things wrong.
Yeah. But then it's like. It's just like a thing. If that's what you're taught and that's what you think is right, you know. And then when you come out to like the rest of the normal world,
Queen.
It's like yes, Queen, yes.
But so you're in Aquarius.
So yeah, we went to the Explorers, the aquarium. Yeah, Aquarius was a nice drink, wasn't it? Back in the day, like a nice. It was like a mixture between like a Sprite and a fucking Lucozade. Aquarium. Oh, it's good. Like it was good. It would be great for a hangover.
Is that mad? That's where you take your. Oh, we're going out today, kids, and you just take them to see a bottle of juice.
I just don't. I mean, to be fair,
what's your dad drinking a 2-litre juice? Well, no, kids, we're going home now. Daddy's unwell.
But again, my pressure is right that my parents are very good with childcare. my in-laws, good with childcare. They like to see the kids. My daughters, to be fair, if you see me do stand-up, you're like, oh, he hates his wife and his kids. I don't really. Here's behind the curtain. It's all pretend. But
what?
Yeah, I know.
We don't just make all that up on the spot, no, bro. No, I thought you just came up with all that.
No, listen, sometimes, but you know, I do like them. So
you're telling me at a comedy club, like, you're not saying
just winging it,
not serious all the time?
There you go. Believe it or not, at comedy clubs we make jokes.
Fuck off.
Hold on, whoa. But so they would always want to see the kids and stuff at weekends. I know.
Bang.
Is that what wrestler's that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's
the pervert guy. Welcome to the ring, the pervert. Yeah,
this guy come out
he just nips into the locker room and steals a dirty wrestling bag and takes out the jockstrap. Yeah, creepazoid. But yeah, so they would help with the kids. So whenever Catherine was at work, she was like, well, what are you doing with the girls? And like, I think they think I can't just fully, you know, look after them always by myself. Whereas I'm like, nah, sweet, I made a picnic for them. Put the picnic together. We went down to explore us. We had a good time. You know, Holly enjoyed herself. Matilda, here's the problem, right? Holly's great. She's the 4-year-old. She is grand. She's out and about. She'll do things. She'll interact with stuff. She'll like to see things. Matilda just likes to break things. She's one. She just likes to run about, wreck things, and eat brioche. You know, so that's all she likes to do: eat brioche and wreck things.
Yeah.
So like, if she's not in the mood to behave, it's a fucking nightmare. Like, so with one parent, it'd be hard.
Was Holly ever destructive, or is it just in Matilda?
She was destructive, but Matilda's worse. Like Matilda, like we think, like Holly's quite sensitive and like would be quite, you know, a sweet little child. Matilda's just a full wrecker.
Yeah.
Like I think she will be like a fucking foreman when she's older. Like
she's
a foreman. She'll just work on a building site and beat the shit out of guys. Yeah. She'll say, leave me in fact grilling machines.
That's Eddie Murphy selling George Foreman grills.
Hey, the one by grill. That's just terrible.
You want to buy a grill?
Hey.
Do Mr. Bean selling George Foreman grills?
We'd like to buy a Foreman grill.
Well, what's the wee slogan for the grill? It's like,
I like it so much, I even put my name on it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I liked it so much I put Bane on it.
But so she can be hard to look after, right? She can be fucking nightmare, and it's handier to have two parents to kind of split the load. So normally, if it's just the one of us, we would like take them for a walk or do something easy. But I thought, nah, fuck it, I'm taking them for a picnic. We're going to explore us. I'm showing all the haters say I can't do shit. I'm proving them wrong.
Yeah.
So it did, and it was a good time. They both behaved, and then on the Sunday, Holly goes to swimming lessons, which, by the way, normal, if both parents are off, one of us would take Holly swimming and the other would take Matilda and the dog just for like a walk around the castle.
That sounds like a kid's TV show.
Matilda and the dog. Matilda and the dog, yeah.
There's definitely a show about a little fat dog when I was younger, and I can't remember what it was called.
Is it Fat Dog Mendoza? That was the name of the show.
Fat Dog Mendoza sounds like a UDA boss. It was Fat Dog Mendoza. Let me look this up. Fat Dog.
The PSNI have seized £1.5 million worth of coke from the East Belfast UVF, led by Fat Dog Mendoza.
He looks like what?
He looks like me. I gotta go, you Fat Dog Mendoza. Fat Dog Mendoza and the Mole. But like, do you remember the scene? Like, Fat Dog Mendoza. At the same time, there's Fat Dog Mendoza and there's Cat Dog.
Yeah,
do you remember?
Yeah,
so like, I
think,
but like, I preferred Fat Dog Mendoza, mate.
Fat Dog Mendoza in my mind's a fever dream. It wasn't real until you just went as a Fat Dog Mendoza.
Like what? Let's try and find out what. I mean, I accidentally typed a G instead of a T there. Different search altogether. FAG. Let's see what. Like Fat Dog Mendoza looks like he hangs around with a superhero. It's like me and Butler going for lunch. I mean, there's a DVD I want. The best of Fat Dog Mendoza. He's not even fat. He's just a head with a tail on it. Let's see what they say about Fat Dog Mendoza. Oh, this is tremendous. Fat Dog Mendoza is a children's animated series produced by Sunbow Entertainment, Sony Wonder Television and TMO Loonland, loosely based on a Dark Horse one-off comic of the same name. There you go, Fat Dog Mendoza.
That's Ian Shane.
What is that? That's Fat Dog Mendoza and shit. Right, here we go.
Fat Dog Mendoza and Shane Todd.
The premise of Fat Dog Mendoza, and believe it or not, it only ran for like a
2
year.
years.
Yeah. The show centres around a smart-mouthed dog who's incredibly obese. So much to the point that he is ball-shaped with small stubby legs. Other characters include Little Costume Buddy, Piranha May, and Onion Boy.
Onion Boy!
They all sound like analogies. Onion Boy and Fat Dog Mendoza. The group try to fight crime in the fictional neighbourhood of Neighbourhood X, and they try to find justice,
you take to come up with that?
but often fail humorously. I tell you what, Fat Dog Mendoza, that's tremendous. That's a show I want to watch. There's a watch along for us. It's an extra watch. Fat Dog Mendoza. Like, I know, how do we even get on to Fat Dog Mendoza?
How many times have we said Fat Dog
I
Mendoza
think
in the past 10
it's
minutes?
probably the record times of Fat Dog Mendoza being said on a podcast. I mean, if anyone's listening to this podcast, please clip it. Just all times we say Fat Dog Mendoza. I just want a list of like a highlight reel of Fat. In fact, Ben, Fat Dog Mendoza. You can think of. We'll not even mention what we're talking about.
You my phone is Fat Dog Mendoza.
I got change it Onion Boy.
Oh,
Fucking hell, this is ridiculous.
How did we get on to this?
I mean, that's the name of our new podcast. Actually, we'll call it Fat Dog Mendoza and Onion Boy. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of fun. What was I even talking about? Kids' cartoons, looking after my kids? I don't know.
We were talking about kids' cartoons, I think.
Yeah, so anyway, so then I brought, so swimming, that's what it is. Matilda and the dog, that's how we got on that. So normally one parent takes them for a walk, the other does swimming. So, because with the swimming, you have to, it's fucking, I don't know whether it's off the back of COVID or whether it's just fucking awkward. You have to bring your child down, get them dressed in a swimsuit, give them to the people to take them swimming. Then you have to just hang about and like do whatever, and then come back half an hour later, hey, have longer swimming lessons, and collect them. And
30 minutes long enough for swimming.
yeah, but it's like in between, what do you do? By the time you get the fucking
Eat
baby,
a Snickers.
no mate,
You know what I mean? Go on your phone.
I know, but then you have a 1-year-old entertained. It's
Listen
like,
to my blood podcast.
so what I did was I brought her up, put her in the chair, gave her a brioche, and she was great.
Why does she love brioche? Why is brioche above all else?
I don't know, because brioche is like a sweet little bread. It just tastes good. It's kind of like I mean, it's not healthy anything, but it's like a less sugary donut, I guess. And
Yeah.
and it just, brioche is the tool to just get a kid to shut up. See, if you want silence for 10 minutes, have a brioche.
I used to, now I don't have any kids, right, that I know of.
Would you, here's one just before you go in there. Would you like to one day?
Yeah, it'd be a great day.
Yeah.
I'd be
Nice.
glad. That will be the one thing that will, I think, wise me up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
'Cause
I mean, nothing
I'm
does
just
it
a
quicker.
young dickhead at the minute.
Mhm. So what were you going to say there? Before I asked you that really deep personal question.
Can't remember. Right, so I used to hate when parents give kids iPads and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But see, when I was setting up the Dundela,
Yeah.
my younger cousins were there. They were like 3 and 4, and they were going nuts. They were jumping off things. They were falling. They were crying. You just give them an iPad, and they shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing.
Like, that's kind of what, like,
We
we
can just watch episodes of Fat Dog Mendoza.
But man, see, nowadays I'm going to go home and I'm going to try and find Fat Dog Mendoza and make her watch it. Just so as, because like I have made her watch things that are, they're like, she's like, well, I want to watch Cry Babies, or I want to watch. I was like, nah, you're going to watch Bean, because Bean's fucking great.
Bang.
But I can watch Bean too.
See, I feel when I was a kid, the shows I watched were tolerable for adults. There was a lot of jokes in it for adults.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like
Say adults better.
adults.
You said it really weird. I don't know if people are getting that. But Adults?
Adult Hitler.
Adolf Hitler, yeah. Adolf Hitler sounds like a porn star. Adolf Hitler. Oh, speaking of fun,
Adolf Hitler.
I did a Patreon podcast with Mick, and someone asked if you were to be a drag queen, what would your name be? And he said his would be, like, and what your character, he said he'd be called Misinformation. And he would be like a conspiracy theorist. And I said I'd be Christy Hoare. I'd just be, I could just look like myself, but just have a sharp tongue.
I had a drag queen name. I can't remember what it was.
The Mole.
Eat my fucking dick. and
Les
balls.
Mole or Onion Girl.
Onion girl.
I mean, like, has
Fat Hog Mendoza.
hey, Fat Hog Mendoza, a big old piece on there. But let me just ask that: has you'd said to me, you actually told me to go fuck myself because I called you the Mole on Tea with Me? Have people started referring to you as the Mole?
You fucking cunt.
Moles are nice wee animals,
I
though.
need to stop saying that word.
You do. It's crude.
Yeah.
See, if Channel 4 were like, listen, we liked your wee BLAP, we would give you a series, but I think his his language is problematic.
But my wee brain doesn't work. I don't know any better.
That's fair. That's what we need to put it down to.
That's my favourite. When I go too far on stage, that's the best out ever.
Yeah.
My wee brain doesn't work. I'm not any better.
Exactly. Sorry.
No, I fully do. I know what I'm doing.
Fat Dog Mendoza.
I gotta do the episode. I'm just gonna speak like this now.
That's not nice.
I sound like I phoned your house at like 2 a.m.
You also sound like a woman that would be the first woman to suck off a 16-year-old. You want the bonfire? She'd be like, come on, you
That's
around
really
here.
specific.
Come on.
Did you get sucked off
Come
by
on,
another
you
woman?
around here. I'll suck your dick.
That's a dick.
Come on here. There you go. You eat virgin, are you?
Suck it like an oyster.
Here, let's suck your dick, wee man. There you go, fucking fag out dick and you know, fucking.
Wish I could quit these.
I know.
I'm the figs.
Fuck which is which. Need a nicotine patch for the ciggies and a nicotine patch for the coke. Get it on me, need about 10 of them. But you know, there's always like, this is the thing. Now you can tell me this is true because it's something, you know, when you have you spot something that's such a weird observation, but you know it's right.
Yeah.
There are women who kick about bonfires, right, on the 11th night, who suck off 16-year-old guys and they look like the lead singer of Scooter. Like women walk around, they look like the lead singer of Scooter.
Yeah.
Fucking We Are the People tattooed in their arm, and I'll just
And they're called Leslie.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like people are like, you know, nowadays in the
That's so small. I can't emphasize enough how right he is.
But then, like from the outside, you look at that and be like, "Well, it's that paedophile." And you're like, "No, it's not, because it's a coming of age thing. You that's your
coming
first
of phase.
Yeah, that's how you do it." And it's like no one's like, "Oh, Leslie's a pedo." Like, no, that's just what Leslie does.
And then you wake up after spending the night with her, and she's like, "Good morning."
Yeah, the painted cow, and it's just her Vanny covered spunk. Kill me. Oh, but yeah, that's so. Like anytime I see him, I'm like, have I seen you before? And like, well, where have I seen him? Like, the Ballymacash bonfire site.
They sucked me off. You
did you? You're like, yeah. But that's the look. Like there gets to the point there's a certain look where you get the bleached hair, and it's like
they look like Spike from Buffy.
Yeah. It's so niche, but also true. And Shirley from EastEnders, she's another spot on. Like, look, you can see her sucking dick at the
They
bottom.
look like that guy from Smart.
Yeah.
Mark Spade.
Oh no, Mark Spade, R.I.P. Oh.
He did.
He killed himself, mate.
He didn't.
He did. Yeah.
Did he kill his girlfriend as well?
No, that's Chris Benoit.
No.
I don't think Mark Spade did. I think maybe.
Look this. I think he did.
Oh no, it's just we're having a nice. Like I feel like I'm like a bit of a cur today. I feel like you're in a vulnerable state with your hangover. I don't think that your mood could Mark Spade.
I'm thinking about the monkey again.
Oh yeah, Mark Spade. Oh no, he died in 2008 there, but I mean definitely has a look, doesn't he?
Aye. He creeps about the Ardouin bonfire or Orangefield bonfire. The Orangedale bonfire.
Yeah, he hanged himself. Dear me, hidden
out of a rope
view.
he made out of household objects.
It wasn't dark. That's 10 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. He didn't kill his wife there. He had a girlfriend. He just killed himself.
Oh, awful nice of him.
There we go. Yeah, pretty sound. Like if you're going to do it, you know.
I remember Frankie Boyle had a joke about him.
What was it?
He should have seen his suicide notes. He did it with glitter and seashells. It was amazing.
Oh, no.
That's a no Frankie Boyle joke, and I murdered the delivery, but it was a good joke.
No, it is funny. Frankie Boyle's a weird guy, isn't he? Like he's gone full circle. Remember he got cancelled for a while.
I don't mind the material he does now, but when he starts getting at other comedians for the material they do for being too offensive or for being this phobic and that, I'm like, I don't feel you can do that.
Yeah, but a lot of people do that now too, don't they?
But that's what fucks me off. Like, are you perfect? Do you know what I mean? Are you like, I can't believe you did that. Well, but have you never done anything wrong? Ever?
Yeah, well, was he not fully cancelled for a while, like off like mainstream television? Frankie Boyle?
Following the Harvey Price controversy, yeah.
My favourite celebrity, by the way. True story. I love
Harvey Price. Your favourite celebrity?
Yeah. I also love Katie Price as well.
Did.
I'm Katie Price.
Pricey.
I'm Pricey. Just come up with a TV show for Katie Price.
Harvey Price is right.
What did you say? Katie Price is right.
Harvey's funnier.
Because I just think she'll do anything, and she'll always promote it and be like, my name's Kate. This is my new show, spending every day with my family. And I'll just be following her family around. And there's probably going to be one.
I'm taking chicken fillets out the freezer.
She'll be on the toilet and she'll be like, this is my new reality show, pissing really hard. She'll just be pissing
What's
really
your Russell
hard.
Brand?
Oh, it's my new show, pissing really hard. Russell Brand's another one. How'd he end up going from like being sex pervert guy, like I say pervert, just fucking everybody.
That's
all
the
time,
worst superhero ever.
to sex pervert guy, yeah, to being like a guru.
The hell, they're being attacked and he's watching.
How's he, Louis C.K.? How's he like a guru now?
He's very talented.
Very tanned?
Very talented.
Oh, right.
Very talented.
He's very tanned. See,
look, I'd listen to him. Look how tall he is. Shane's dad.
there's a lot of men out there fewer as tanned as Shane's dad.
Yeah. Very
Guy loves
man.
the bronze.
Yeah.
I remember once I was speaking to him and he was like, I think it might have been during COVID, and he wasn't feeling the best. He's like, I was a bit of a cold and not feeling the best. And he was like, I could go to the doctor. He goes, or go to Lanzarote. And I like that. He's like, I just recover in the sun.
I could go to the doctor, or I could go to Lanzarote.
Yeah, so Dr. Lanzarote is just he says a bit of sun. And to be fair to him, he goes to the sun, absorbs it, feels better. Like, you know, Liver King, the online guy, just eats liver and bones and stuff. You've never heard of Liver King, right? He's this guy he's a primal guy. He just eats like liver and bone, and he's jacked, and he says he does all this like ancestral stuff. But every day he starts his day, and he's like, good morning, primals. What you need to do is get the sun in the eyes, through the face, on the skin. And he just says that makes you live better.
I want to fight him.
Liver King,
I want to fight him.
I would back Liver King to beat you. I think I would say he would probably.
See, everyone thinks I'd lose all these fights. Everyone books me in these fights and thinks I'll lose. I'll fucking.
Yeah, but I mean, Liver King, I would. Liver King's a strong guy, like.
Yeah, but does he fight dirty?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like he's a jack guy, Liver King.
I'd knock his fucking.
I mean, what you could do is just throw a vegetable at him, and he'd be terrified.
Myself.
Fuck off, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Fuck.
He would eat you though.
What?
Fuck tight pussy.
Fuck fine.
You know the thing about Price is her teeth are like Ryland's. They're just too big for her mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's got the you know. Here's another thing. Explain this to me, right?
No.
You won't know anything about it because you're not a dentist, but I'm putting it out to the general public. You might know this. You know why your teeth hurt if you hit them with stuff? You know, it's like, it's sore because teeth are all sensitive and all. If you drink too hot tea, it burns your teeth. Drink too cold, my teeth. Why do people go to like Turkey and all and get their teeth shaved down and then veneers put? Is that not fucking agony?
Yeah.
But is that not sore when they shave your teeth down?
I assume you get some sort of numbing agent.
Yeah, but then afterwards, it's like, what the fuck? They fill in your wee holes or what?
Fill in your wee holes, going to get your teeth done, being like, teeth look the same. I'm my arse is aching.
I know, but listen, each their own.
Would you get them done? Would you get veneers in?
No. I need to fill a hole though. I got a tooth out.
Have you always had a wee gap in your teeth?
Yes. I didn't have braces or anything, you see, obviously.
Why?
Didn't have big enough braces to do it. They had to take them off the actual railway track to put my teeth in it. But, no, because again, this is the thing. My dentist, who, as I said earlier, was a sound guy, just took my teeth out. He's like, nah, man, you don't need braces. No, I'm like, could have done. You told me how to clean my teeth. You know, you could have, like, helped me. And then whenever I got a new dentist who replaced my long-term dentist, she was like, your teeth are fucking straight. And I was like, oh, cheers, Phat. She's like, try using this fucking
toothbrush. The fuck was the last guy doing?
I know, he's just having banter with me. You know, he's not. And then she's like, but then the new dentist was like, I'll take your teeth out. And I was like, don't. She's like, may as well. I take a few fillings in there. I just take it. She's like, could you just fill them again? She's like, oh yeah, I could do that. Suppose now you mention it. Yeah. Like, we'll definitely fill them and don't take my teeth out. I haven't been to the dentist
in years. I need to go.
Yeah, but like I actually moved dentist. Now I just want to say, I was in my dentist from I was a kid, and he did nothing to my teeth other than ruin them. But great guy, really sound, a lot of respect for him. And then I went to a new dentist, but then I just realised that my new dentist is literally downstairs here, or my old dentist is downstairs here, and I live like 20 minutes away, so I just moved in closer dentist where all my family is, and they're really sound really good too. And then they explained to me, they were like, oh, you need a wee filling here. Is it good if we just put the white filling in? And I was like, well, you can't put a white filling in because does that not what like little kids just have? She's like, no, white filling's actually better for you than the fucking tin ones. I was like, well, I only have the tin ones in because
why is it better for you? Did you not?
Because she says it binds to the teeth better. Like it's more like a natural, like a tooth type material, whereas like the metal, she said, well, like it's just a solid bit of tin that could like break your teeth. I was like, well, then there you go, that's a problem. So for sure, but she's like, it's a bit more expensive. And then when she told me
we're going now, we're getting there.
But then she told me how much it was, and it was cheaper than it was for me going to my private dentist. I was at before to go to the NHS one. So obviously,
there you go.
I'm going to get all my fillings taken out and put one with white ones, because as we know, when we said before in this podcast, it's not white.
It's not red.
Correct. So yeah, that's
Who was that?
Kerwin White.
That's
Chavo
so
Guerrero.
niche.
What a guy.
That's so niche.
But here's the thing. Who was his partner?
Dolph Ziggler.
Was that who it was?
It
Yeah,
was
the
Dolph Ziggler.
caddy.
Was his caddy.
Yeah,
Nicky.
nice. What was he called? Nicky White?
No, just Nicky.
Just Nicky.
And the song was like a Frank Sinatra. It's good to be something like, it's like that kind of.
I like Kerwin White. You know, that's the worst thing I think happened with Eddie Guerrero dying.
No more Kerwin White.
They gave up that gimmick.
What's been like a celebrity death that's hit you? I feel as I get older, they hit me more.
Like ones I've been really sad about. Prince, I was pretty gutted about. I was a big fan of Prince.
I don't know that many Prince songs. I know Purple
Yeah,
Rain, that's it.
but no, I'm a big fan of Prince. He made me sad. Then there's ones who die when you're like, I think the older you get too, when you have children, you feel sorry for the family and stuff to leave. Like, so Chris Cornell dying, that made me really sad. And then Chester Bennington, I was like, fuck me.
That got me. Chester got me.
Why'd you do that?
Taylor
Why?
Hawkins got me.
I was more annoyed the fact that I was supposed to go and see the Foo Fighters in June and fucking cancelled.
Postponed.
No, cancelled. Fully cancelled. I think the Foo Fighters are done, mate.
I'm joking. Are they done for good?
I'd say so. Like, you look at Dave Grohl's previous record with bandmates dying, he's like, that's binned.
Yeah.
So Nirvana binned.
But
I don't know who would replace him.
Norm Macdonald upset me when he died.
So I don't know who would replace Taylor Hawkins. Norm Macdonald. No, he's dead. Yeah.
What's the deal with these drumming guys?
Yeah, he was sad when he died. Didn't like that. But see some people that die, like, what should we call him? Another comedian died recently, Bob Saget. That made me sad because it was like avoidable.
I remember. Why?
He's bumped his head. So he just bumped his head and didn't think anything of it.
Who is he, Humpty Dumpty? What the fuck's this?
Yeah, all the king's horses and all the king's men. Hey, send ambulance.
Bob Saget fell, bumped his head, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
Yeah, that's him gone. But that's something he had banged his head on something and thought nothing of it, and he just had a bleed in the brain and died in his sleep because of it. So
holy shit!
Yeah, don't be hard. Go to doctors.
Holy shit! Is that how he died?
Yeah. So that was shit, and
that's fucking insane.
Yeah. So I feel sorry about see people like that leave kids and all behind. That makes me really sad.
Yeah.
And I feel worse for that. Like, not a celebrity death, but do you remember the girl? I think she had family from here.
Did my death make you sad? Imagine I said that and then just faded away.
I mean, I don't know. I would be more. I would be, to be fair, if you were to die in front of me now, it would be definitely uncomfortable. And then I would be like, it's an inconvenience for me to start. Then I would be sad afterwards. But initially, I'd be like, what the fuck? I have to watch this podcast back and be like,
I don't mean if I died now. I mean like if I went, did my death upset you and then I faded away like a ghost?
I mean,
like I was always dead.
I'd just be like, it's been one of those days. Whoa. But like,
just one of those days.
But you know, the girl Nora Corrin, young girl from here, who was on holidays in like Thailand or something with her family, and disappeared just out of the room. And then when I found out, I cried. She died.
For those who don't know this, like Dave's a little bitch and he cries. That's not a story. Like that's understandable to cry over. You cry easily for a big man.
Oh yeah, I mean, I associate everything with like myself because I'm a narcissist.
Yeah.
But like, I just imagined how, like, to me as a parent, that's the worst feeling. Like, for example, obviously it's Hack. And everyone's like, oh, Model McCann, still joking about it in 2022. Like,
sure,
fucking,
you know me, I say nothing.
Get over it, you know. But whenever Madeleine McCann disappeared, like how many, 2008 or something?
2004.
I obviously, young guy, no kids, whatever, my first thought was,
are you gonna
fucking
mutate her?
You know, and be like, listen, here is a different guy. But sure, you know me. But at the time, I remember thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, what's her parents doing? Oh, they're in on it. You know, conspiracy mind, they're in on it. But see, now that I have kids, I'm looking at going, that's totally fucking plausible.
That they're in on it?
No, that they're not. You know, and there's be nothing, because I always thought the way it's presented in the media, it was like they went for dinner and they left and blah blah blah. But seemingly, I watched the documentary on Netflix again.
Came back every 30 minutes.
Again, cried watching it, right? But it was like, it was not far. The room was like across a swimming pool, and they were out in public. Like, you know what I mean? You could see the room from where they were. So, you know, like growing up, I was left in hotel rooms all the time with my parents on holidays.
No one's stealing you.
No, but I mean, I wasn't.
World's strongest kidnapper.
I know, it's just this guy
getting taken by Mark Henry.
Yeah, the BFG just reaches in, takes me in his pocket. But it was like, it just is fucking tragic, and then probably having everyone going, "Oh fuck you knew," I'd break my heart. I'd fucking lose a rag big time. Like I would be the most hard parent to control. Like, and I just seeing that story, oh, it's just horrendous. Disappearance horrendous because there's no answer.
I think the resentment for them was because of how much was spent on the search and how long it was going for. That's where the real resentment came from.
But then also too, it's because they're both doctors and they're well off. People are like, oh well, they should have known. No, no matter what, you can be any level, but you know what, you can't just.
It's when you say people are like they're Satanists and they eat cat, and you're like, fuck up.
But then, like, see now you're looking at it and they're going, there's some guy about like that time, paedophile had been arrested for something else, was in the area, he's in jail for something else. They're thinking it's very plausible it could have been him.
Yeah.
And like, to me, it's like it must be horrific. The thought of not knowing what happened is the worst. Yeah. You know, and
that's
it's
really
probably
fun
horrendous.
for a podcast.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of fun, but that's the thing. It's sort of that makes me cry. And then you
everything makes you cry all the time.
Yeah, and listen, I'm an emotional guy.
Whereas I'd say out of all the comedians, I'm probably the most cold.
Yeah, but then
nothing really upsets me.
But you think that, and then something like once you have kids, you could totally change.
Maybe,
you know
but for now,
that's it. But like,
for now, like I'll be like nothing phases me.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
no, it upsets me.
What?
Old people eating alone. That makes me sad.
Yeah. But then what happens?
Do you ever get when there's a wee old man, he has like a sandwich, like he has like mayonnaise in his face, and he's like, oh, he doesn't even see.
Yeah, I just walk over and I lick it off and go, you're alright, baby.
Fat dog gotcha.
But you know what? Like, I like old folks as well. Like, I just think, like, I saw an old woman I mean, I'm not going to tell the story actually.
Why? Why start? It's not.
Because I hate when people do shit like this. Like, you know, do something nice and then tell people about it. Long story short,
you do that.
Yeah, but like, I see people that give money to homeless and take a photo. I saw a thing, man, and gave him a tenner.
Yeah,
fuck away.
Yeah, I snog them.
Just give him a tenner and
give him some affection. I get stuck into them.
See when people are like, and I thought it's like, you know, people post everything. It's like, just no. But there's a wee woman having a bit of a struggle, you know, with some groceries, trying to get her stuff to the car. I popped out of the car and I said, "Don't we carry those bags? Where are you going?" And she was like, "Oh, here." And to be fair, it was far too long to walk, and I was like, "For fuck's sake." You know, if I'd have known it was this fucking far, I'd have just let you struggle on, die yourself. But, you know, it helped her. And
just turn walk the other way.
I just think it's,
with the groceries.
If you can help someone that's not a big issue to you, do it. Like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? And then for another thing, like,
I love that's a good mantra. Yeah, help someone if it's not too much of a hassle.
Put that in
Big Davey Hasselhoff over here.
Put that in the self-help book. There you go. Listen, if it's not too much bother, fucking muck in.
Yeah. Or fuck off.
But I did a great quote there. But I do think, like, you know, people are just fucking dickheads nowadays, and they're always out from everyone's for socials. Like, that's the thing. Here's the deep thing: people don't do things for doing things anymore. They do things for how other people would react to knowing they did the thing. Whoa.
Is doing something like that, does that invalidate that you did a nice thing if you did it for selfish reasons, David? Because you still did a nice thing.
Yeah, but I also think it's
whoa.
That is the whoa. Like, this is getting deep. This podcast, you know, here's
the politics student in me just being a wee cunt.
But you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you do something like give someone, like, back to like giving a homeless person some money, you do that.
Shift them.
That's fine. You do that. You give it to them. But it's not enough to do that. Like, for example, if you're donating money, like to like some sort of cause or whatever, just to give them money and donate it. Do it anonymously or whatever. You don't have to be like
shot in the middle of the night, you know, drop a quid.
There's 20 quid, but you know what I mean. It's like people.
Is that you, Kitty Price? No, it's not me.
There's £20 for you, bitch. But you know the way, like, people they'll like share, like repost something like donate.com, say, and it's like, I gave 10 quid. It's like, oh, aren't you wonderful?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, just do it. Don't share it. You don't need to.
But they still gave the £10 regardless.
Yeah, but that's still, their motives are different. Like, you could still.
But you can have selfish motives, but use it to complete an unselfish act. Is that worse than unselfishly not doing a kind?
But I think some people, yes, in some cases they are, because some people do things solely for the adulation. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people's motivations, a lot of people's motivation is adulation. You know, it's like stupid.
You must be sent from a papa.
But that's what I mean. It's like, I like the idea of people.
I thought you were doing Mr. Bean, then you went into Shaggy.
Shaggy just turned to Shaggy.
Do Mr. Bean singing Shaggy.
Oh, let's see.
Was it the... Just caught me on the counter, was it the...
But that's quite... Being in Shaggy are similar. You can lose yourself. It's like if you try to do a Welsh accent, and sometimes you end up sounding Indian, which is racist, so we don't do it.
Do it. Let me hear that.
Hello, I'm from Wales.
You sound Indian as
I
well.
know.
Gavin and Stacey.
I am from Wales, Bastrd. You know, I live in Wales, Bastrd. You know, it's the strange come.
Slumdog Millionaire.
I know.
This is the dude from Cardiff winning 40 quid.
Hello, I'm the Slumdog Millionaire. Nice to meet you.
I'm going on
from
wants to be a millionaire.
But yeah, I just don't like. You know what? I just don't like attention seeking. Fuck 'em. No, I just don't like attention seeking people. Yeah, I just don't like people that everything is for.
Yeah, guy who stands on stage for a living. I don't like attention seeking people. You're a hypocrite, Dave Elliott, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah,
but what's your reason for doing stand up, Mister?
What?
Scariest thing of all time. What's your reason for doing stand up, Mister?
I was going to.
Rimmed it.
I didn't say I hate attention seekers. Mine's fully attention seeking. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Why do you do? What is it about that? Do you want the adulation of doing it?
I just like it.
I like
it's
to
what
make
I'm
people
good
laugh.
at. I'm good at public speaking. So if I wasn't doing stand up, I'd be a public speaker of some form because I'm very good at it.
All right, okay, Mister.
I'm not saying I'm very good at stand up. I'm saying I'm very good at public speaking.
Why don't you sell yourself as
Slut.
We could do that, but also, what about like a funeral reader? Because you know why people find it hard to read at funerals because like their family are died and all. But why don't you be the guy? Be like, I'll do it. Just you fucking. They pay you. You go up and be like, and I tell you what, Cyril was a good man.
I'd advertise myself to do it, but only if I'm allowed to do it in Limmy's voice.
No, it'd be even better. It'd be if you did it dressed as Party Boy from Jackass.
Do it dressed as Phat Dog Mendoza.
Yeah, just naked, just with a giant head. Just Onion Boy in a pair of slacks. But yeah, again, that's a fair point. You've made me think. Yeah, I like doing stand up. It's fun. It's a good time. Yeah. But again,
sorry, did I make you think with the question you asked me?
But then my point being is, I would just happily write comedy.
Yeah,
you know, and I do stand up because I enjoy it. But again, I'm happy to be behind the scenes.
Writing's alright, but I like to do it with someone else. It's just fun to do it with someone else. I get bored by myself.
Yeah, it's pulling the wire yourself, isn't it? There's only so much you can do.
Pull my wire, go to bed and pull my wire.
Except that.
Yeah, like you've written by yourself. I'm with me. What do you prefer?
By myself. No, it varies. It depends. It's obviously more fun. Yeah. When you're writing with somebody because you have the crack with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we smoke crack before
you can have fun while you do it. Whereas if you're writing by yourself, it's still fun, but also.
Are you sitting laughing by yourself?
Yeah, it's weird. I know. But I think like it's just more. It's more of like it's you're having fun while you're doing it. When you're doing it with somebody, you're going through lines, you're spitting balling back and forward, you're making each other laugh. That's fun. Yeah. But then there's something nice, like if you're writing a bit yourself and you figure it out. Yeah. Yourself, it's like the conclusion of a puzzle. That's enjoyable.
Yeah. So I like to write dialogue with someone else because saying it back and forth makes you go, does this sound like a conversation?
Even the amount of times like we got our script back. And we rewrote it and wrote it and rewrote it. And they were like, but does this sound like dialogue? And you're like, well, no, actually, it doesn't whenever you...
Yeah, when you say it out loud.
You say it like that, but that's it. Like the process of...
said paedophile 18 times.
I know, we had to fight, actually, to keep that in, but I'm glad we did.
I liked what we did.
You know what? People have asked me, are you happy with the final BLAP? And I think yes is the answer.
I don't love me in it.
No, well, I thought you were very good. I said I was 70% happy from what it was in my head to what was the final piece, and that's high.
Yeah.
I think so. Obviously you have to give away certain like license to what it is, and that's the role of a producer and of a director and other things, you know. So again, I'm happy with it, and I would, you know what, this is the thing, I would love there to be more of it, because I think we had to cut a lot out of it, and we had to like take out characters, and there's places we are like excited about taking it, and I think that
there's I'd like there to be more of it, because then I get paid to do
that. But that's not the motivation, really, is it?
Yes.
You know, you want to make people laugh and be funny.
That's my motivation, I think.
What?
Are you paying me?
Getting booty, though? Would you get paid in booty?
First you get the money, then you get the booty.
But what if someone, like, you know, pirates back in the day, booty was money to pirates? So they go, yeah.
You paid people on anuses?
No, but they just say booty. Oh, I've got the booty.
14 anuses.
Would you like to buy the booty off me? And it's like, now booty is...
Why is that Magic George?
People know, would you like to buy some booty? I didn't have to Magic George. That was decent, yeah. But I have it. And you know what? I feel like you need to go to bed now because you're...
I'm sorry, no, my grandmother was texting me.
Silly bitch, what she want? What is she saying?
Sorry. Do I need a key left out?
Oh.
I'm like, fucking leave more a key, my girl. Leave me half a bag.
You need a bump for sure. Right, we'll go through questions and then I shall free you.
God, fucking, I don't care what people want to know about me.
Oh, look at this. There's my missus putting the photo on Instagram with girls. Hi, beaut.
Aww. They really look like you.
God love them.
I know.
God love them, wee bastards. Right, By the Bay Home Scents, by the way, is a hand-poured Northern Irish home fragrance, wax melts and candles diffuser. So check them out, by the way.
What are you talking
Tremendous smelling candles and the works. By the Bay Home Scents on Instagram. Give them a follow. Question...
You just launched in an advert there, but like,
hey, listen,
no notice.
But that's how we roll. Please address your downstairs toilet situation. That's...
What?
I don't know if you know this, but I have a downstairs toilet in my house, and
You're so fucking middle class.
I have a lot of
shit.
Yeah, well, that's not my number one poo toilet. I like to go upstairs, if I'm honest. It's a bit more spacious. You know, you can clear your head up there. But I have my decor of my downstairs toilet. Don't know if you know this, is Dictators. You aware of this?
Yes.
Yes, so I am
actually, yes.
I need to explain why this is the case. Now, weirdly enough, when I got married, I got Catherine a lot of nice presents before we got married because, you know, I'm kind, put a lot of thought into it, whatever. Her present to me the day before we got married was a bust of Chairman Mao.
Yes.
An authentic, smuggled out of communist China bust of Chairman Mao. I was then stuck in a scenario where I'd be like, I have this bust of Chairman Mao, where the fuck did I put it? So we decided, why don't we just make a themed room and just make it like a load of Dictator stuff? Because we saw on a TV show that it was like changing rooms or something, but it was like in a millionaire's house. He had a Saddam Hussein bathroom, so it was just like a mural of Saddam Hussein in it, and we were like, that's quite quirky and fun. So we then thought, let's make a Dictator bathroom. So then I thought, like, we don't want people to be like, we're Nazis, you know, because so then got like, you know, communist dictators and all too, so it's on both sides, it's balanced. And we just have like you know, portraits of Kim Jong-un and Zao Boy, Kim Il-sung, and those boys. I've got a Stalin in there, you know.
Donald Trump.
No, actually, but what is good, we do have a mug with Robert Mugabe on it, but it says Robert Mugabe. So that's now what's.
I love that. That sounds
yeah. So it's a good time. However, whenever we have guests coming, for example, Jordan, who's behind that page, came around. She has a child, same age as my child Holly, and their friends, and she came around to visit, and I was like, I need to take all this Dictator stuff out of the bathroom because they're going to think we're mental. And then without context, it's like a problem. Because true story,
it's the shrine to Saddam Hussein in your...
but we had a builder in, right? We had a builder in one day in our house, and I went in, and after he had been in the downstairs toilet, and he was peeing, and he had turned the bust of Stalin and Gaddafi around so they weren't looking at him pissing, and I was like, oh no, he's so offended by this. And then I was like, see that nowadays when people get cancelled for all sort of stuff, like people be like,
that's good, if that's the weirdest one to get.
Yeah, I mean, why is he cancelled? Because you room with dictators. But it's like, hey, we've got communism in there, we've got Nazi in there.
Views.
Yeah, but then it's like we've got the Communist Manifesto and Gaddafi's Green Book for reading material, so we've got both. You know, it's got both.
Well, I don't know what's in Gaddafi's Green Book. I've never read it.
It's a load of shite, to be honest. Here's the thing about dictators: they might run a tight ship, but they're shite authors.
Yeah.
Mein Kampf, Balak's terribly written.
Yeah,
terribly written. But there you go. Cheers for that, Jordan. Naomi Mitchell has asked, what can I say? It's been alien heavy week. Makes a change from dildos. All right. Time traveler issues alien warning. You know what? I'm just going to say I don't like aliens.
I love how you gave up on that question halfway through.
I know. Many people still don't believe me. I'm a time traveller from the year 2236, and humans have their first real you know what, Naomi? That's too slow. It's too slow a start. That question's too slow. The story's too slow. I want something punchy. I want a headline that catches me, like, you know...
Yeah. Man burns knob on pastry.
Correct. That's what I want.
That's
straight into the point.
What's the paper that does things like that?
Daily Sport.
Daily Sport.
What you mean
outstanding.
Doesn't have sport, but just has.
I caught my husband shagging a tin of beans. Oh.
And then guess
that's
what?
That's a noisy mate.
That's all it's called. Patrick has asked,
Shagging a Mr. Bean.
Would you ever consider including a section or doing a full podcast all about the big topics guys may not openly speak about? Pressures of being a dad, being a breadwinner, body image, depression, gambling, emotions, etc. I know it's a comedy podcast. I love that follow-up line. I know it's a comedy podcast, but I think you have a great platform for males to be able to at least listen to these things and feel they are just one of the many that have these worries. NI is some of the highest male suicide rates in the world. Even light-hearted discussion opens these things up. Patrick, that question, it's hard to make light of it, but
I can give it a go.
What I would say is, I've spoken before about, you know, struggling necessarily with depression on the odd occasion. I've never been to the point whereby I think it's been a major problem.
You ever been to the doctor?
But, yeah, I went to the doctor about depression.
He was like that. You went, no fucking woman.
Yeah, he went stinking bastard.
Imagine a doctor did that. You're like, I'm depressed. He's like,
yeah, I know.
You should be.
But no, it was weird. Like, it was not like. Again, I decided all of a sudden, like, if you're going to do something, you may as well do everything. So I decided, you know, we'll get married, we'll have a baby, we'll move house, all within the same calendar year, and that's why my hair has fallen out at a rapid extent. But it got to the point where I think
that wasn't a gradual thing over.
No, it was just like, no, this just happened, boom. So I kind of had a lot on my plate, figuratively and literally.
Yeah,
and it was it all came to a head, and I didn't see it coming that I was just really not doing the best. And you know, I was kind of, Catherine was like, something wrong with you? And I was like, nah, I'm sweet. And she's like, well, you haven't like washed or got changed in like 2 days, and you're no crack and you're miserable. And I was like, well, I'm feeling kind of pretty down here, you know. I was like, oh, maybe, you know, at one point I was like, you know, never thought I'd kill myself. Like, well, not say it was that far, but it was definitely, I felt like I was en route to like not giving a fuck about, you know.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Just laughed at en route.
But you know what I mean? I mean, yeah. But I was like, I felt like
depressed,
I was
full of reaction.
I know. I felt I was. I'm down the dumps, but hey, it works. But I felt like I was, you know, on a track to not giving a fuck what happened to me anymore. If that makes sense. Not that I wanted to kill myself, but like, and then I went to the doctors, and now, at the time, he was like, "So what's wrong?" And I was like, "Well, I don't really care about anything." That's kind of like, "Hey, don't give a fuck." Like, and he was like, "All right, that's a problem." And then he was like, "Do you want me to give you antidepressants?" And I was like, "Well, how does they work?" And he was, "We take them now, they'll kick in about 6 weeks time." And then, as the time would have it, that was like right on when I was getting married. And I was like, "Well, I don't want to go to my wedding day and not be able to get pissed. Like, come on." So I didn't. And then even just talking about that and actually opening up and saying, "Yeah, I feel like this," that helped me massively. And like, I think through that I learned that there are now that I know if I'm starting to struggle a bit, I know how to approach it or how to get out of that again. And there are certain wee triggers that make me, you know, one is being like overweight and out of shape. That's the thing. Like, at the minute I'm feeling fucking bit down for myself, but that's all about then trying to fucking get in shape and do a bit more exercise, move a bit. You know, it's just those triggers. So I mean, I'm happy to talk about it, and I try to talk about stuff in the podcast that is prevalent at the time, you know. And if I'm going through struggls, hey, I'll talk about it. You know, it's just the way of it. But
I don't, because mine's just dark as shit. Like, I genuinely how dark I can get sometimes. I just it's not even like, oh, it's like Jesus Christ. Yeah,
but you know what? That's the thing too. It's like, I think a lot of fellas, and again, like, I make light of it in some of my bits, is like, we do feel the need to like have a front, put ourselves out there in a certain way. Like, it's hard. Oh, I'm hard. Fuck, I don't need to worry about. Everyone
I'm hard
shit,
24/7.
You know, I know, but that's because you're young and feral. You know, but I feel like.
Just call me feral.
No, like feral, not feral.
You're young and feral.
My 1-year-old's feral. Like, he's like fucking stick in the dump. But you know, I think like, if you just say, like, nowadays nobody's gonna go, would you fuck up?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's, and especially like, what's it like for you being like you're probably happy as it is. You're probably in like the age group of like 18 to 25 where like there's a high,
probably in that. Yeah,
hey man, there's a high suicide rate between 18 and 25.
Well, yeah,
It's
I
like
mean, I would admit
it is awkward, but it's like
I've
it's
attempted
fact.
it several times. Do you know what I mean? I overdosed on antidepressants before, and I didn't kill myself. I was fucking buzzing though. But I genuinely, that's a very funny joke. I genuinely have tried it several times. Do you know what I mean?
And it's that
every night
something-
it comes and goes.
I mean, you can say fuck up if you want here, but is that
Are you
something?
gonna tell me to try again?
Yeah, I'm saying like, listen, I actually know somebody who can.
Patreon exclusive. William kills himself.
But is that something that you have? Is it been recent, or is it quite a while ago?
Most recent one be about a year and a half. I do it every now and then. Every now and then. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, well, I would
Do you know what I
say,
mean? It's like taking up a new hobby. I'll try for like 2 weeks. And then
but see, with that being the case, obviously, I think now we're probably like we're close now.
We're unkillable.
But no, well, I wouldn't say that. But I do think that if you are feeling a bit shit about something, give me a shout. And know that.
I just don't do that.
But people don't think
just
that.
Not my.
But that's the problem. Is people think that's not the thing. But I have dealt with other people who have had depression. And
that's if someone else was to come to me, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'd help.
Yeah.
Imagine me being like.
But the point is, people think that and if you're obviously struggling yourself, you wouldn't be mocked or made fun of by anyone. I think, to me, I do think having struggled with stuff myself is like, it's like anything, you share the burden. Yeah, it's halved.
I know. I don't know. I work well under struggles.
Yeah, but
that's where I make my best shit.
But at the same time, make that shit and then don't fucking be feeling that there's no other way out of it, because you're not going to make good shit if you. And like, let's be fair, if you do something to yourself,
I do a 2-pack and I just write loads of shit before that.
Yeah, as long as you write, William of Orangedale, the full series, that's fine. You give me characters, that's grand. Then you go, then I'll get 100%.
Go to series if I kill myself, definitely.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say don't do that, because I would probably not get away with writing cerebral palsy jokes now if you're dead. Unless you write in your will that I give Dave full freedom.
These are any cerebral palsy jokes, I wrote them.
Yeah, but but that's the thing. I think, like, obviously there are struggles. It isn't easy to talk about. Obviously, Patrick's asked that question, and I think it's a fair topic to ask. I think it's a good question to ask, and I think it's obviously we have a platform, yes, and we have a following, and we often try to make light of things. That's our nature. We do have dark sense of humour. We try to make fun of things. That's we want people to listen to this and laugh and have a good time. But at the same time, if people can take something from it, tremendous. Yeah. But I just think that just know that if you're struggling, just give me a shout, mate. And anyone out there, speak to friends, speak to family, and it's less. I think it's worse.
I think I say anyone out there, just ring you.
Yeah, just no. I say please don't ring me, please, and definitely don't write in the comments. So please, can't deal with that responsibility. But I think no matter what, there's always an answer to the problem. Yeah, it's just sometimes hard to work it out, but there's always an answer. I think
sometimes the answer is kill yourself.
Yeah, sometimes. That, but then again, I
was
caught
being a pedo. Kill yourself.
I was thinking about that, like recently, like how many people I wonder have killed themselves, and like if they could have like had like an outer body experience, going, oh, for fuck's sake, what am I doing? Like how many people would have been like, they say they jump and as they're going down, going, oh fuck, I wish I hadn't done that. Yeah. And like,
fuck, I left the stove on.
I know, but like with their head in the oven, that. But it's like they just. I think people would probably regret it, and if they knew people would be sound, like most people would be sound if you do that. I think at least, like, if you don't want to speak to your family or friends, ring the doctor. Say that.
Bother him.
But there are ways to deal with it, and there are medications to deal with it, and that's another thing with depression that I have learned that I found weird, because whenever I thought that it was like all fucking, no, cheer up, mate, would you just fucking get out of your bonds? It's chemicals too, like that's what, like, it's part of how you're fucking wired, and humans are such intricate machines. It's important to. Keep on top of that. Yeah. So listen, and how are you doing at the minute? You're alright? You're feeling in a good space?
Pretty hungover, right?
You're hungover, but
you're not gonna get a straight answer out of me.
But all I'm saying is
not get one.
But all I'm saying is it would make you feel a lot better if our series got commissioned.
Yeah, it would, yes.
Yeah. So like, not
if you want William to live.
Not to put pressure. But there's an example of something that we probably like to touch on. If it were to be a series, it would cover real problems with real bit of humour. But anyway, Patrick, fuck's sake, you really brought the tone down, Patrick.
Do Mr. Bean.
Hello, Patrick.
Killed himself.
But Mr. Bean looked like he killed himself at the start of every episode. He was fucking splat on the ground. Anyway, listen, to cheer us up
Do you know
out
why
of
that is?
depression.
Because he's an alien coming down. That's what that is.
From what? Being on gear?
What's the wiped out Mr. Bean sound like?
Chris Reesey, he'll always give us the tone we want. If there was one celebrity you would love to punch repeatedly, who would it be?
Piers Morgan.
I thought you were going to say Mo Mullen there for some reason. I do not know
No, why
why.
would I beat the fuck out of Mo Mullen?
I don't know. Because you're Mole Mullen. I don't know. But I thought you said...
Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. He is a slappable guy. But do you think he's a character?
Yeah.
Or do you think that's how he...
Yeah,
how
but
he feels?
he knows he's being a cunt, and that annoys me more.
Who would I... Celebrities you want to punch? I think who really annoys me, like... Are there celebrities that annoy me? Well, yeah. I love Mo Mullen. I don't know. For the sake of this argument, I will say... Pick a random celebrity.
I can't think of anyone. Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton. There
Sweet
you go.
brother.
I would hit Lewis Hamilton. Also, Matthew said, so, my wife's pregnant. Oi, oi, go on, boy.
Correct, bro. Correct. Congrats. I'm
All
very tired.
Correct.
That's a trouble. My wife's pregnant. Correct.
Oh, yes, this is good crack. Actually, I've been through this myself. And I'm getting weekly updates on the size of the baby in terms of fruit and veg. Which is that, because like you start off being like, it's a chickpea, it's a banana, it's a watermelon, bally.
Shape is your baby. It's a banana.
How much would you have to pay, or how much would I have to pay you to shit a small pumpkin at week 40? Or if it was too much, how much about pissing a lemon at week 14? Would 10 million tempt you? You know what? You'd have to go up there in the first place.
10 million?
Yeah. I would do it. I would put in. Not
Tear
for
my
10
anus
million.
apart for 10 million.
I mean, it sounds like a song that like Evanescence would sing.
Tear my anus
Rip my ass. Tear my ass inside. Rip my ass and rip me.
Would you piss a lemon for 10 grand?
No, I'll do it for 10 million. 10
Or
grand.
shit a small pumpkin?
But yeah, I that's the thing of why. And listen, I've said it before, and we joke about it, and we're like, women are better than guys. It's the fact. You know, they have kids, they do that, yeah. They're smarter. Guys just...
No, they're not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Guys are just stronger and bigger and
No.
kill people with their hands.
No.
That's true.
You're going to see me just get really sexist now.
I know, well, you need to go home, you need to get a Subway, and you need to cry. Yeah, we cry.
I need a wee sleep. and
Listen, you know,
40
this
Ciaran.
podcast isn't going... No, don't take 40. Take 2. Fuck me.
2 sheets, no worries.
And what I would say is,
It's part of
unfortunately,
my body, like,
this podcast isn't going out
being
live.
recorded.
But unfortunately, it's been recorded. But it's not going out live. So what I would say is, you know, if any girls want to reach out to you, you know, you can
Or reach around me.
you know, go for dates or whatever, and
If they
you know,
wanna
hook up and whatever
Give
it
me a
is.
reach around.
Yeah, because right now I feel like you need a wee hug.
Oh, come on. I'm just tired, you know.
No,
what I
no,
mean? I'm
like
very
a
tired.
hug that only a young consenting lady can give.
Or an uncle.
Well, that's not consent advised. You know, uncles
No,
just
but
take.
No, I'm 24. I
Uncles
just wanted
take.
him.
Uncles take. Uncles take. There you go.
Stop repeating. That's terrifying. You're just going. You're literally staring in space, going, "Uncle's take, Uncle's take, Uncle's take."
Yeah, well, there you go, guys. Listen, I don't know what else to do. This podcast,
Uncle's take. Don't kill
this
yourselves.
podcast has been like your mood with a hangover. There's been ups,
There's
been downs, there's
There's
been laughs,
Fat Dogs Mendozas.
and there's been Fat Dog Mendozas. Guys, cheers. See you again.
Join us
week.
next time on the Fat Dog Mendoza podcast.
On the Fat Dog Mendoza and Onion Boy podcast. Cheers, guys. Bye.
I'm the sly guy.